We are at St. John the Baptist Cemetery. I know we're in St. John Parish. And that's all I can share, because I don't know what town we're in. But the sign I just read said that this cemetery was established in 1772. Which, if you think about that, is pretty amazing. Let's go this way. Wow. These are in French. It's pretty cool. There's a service at this church, so I'm trying to be respectful. There's... can't really read. $1869. I see more stipes. It's really beautiful. I think that says 1744. Let's see if we can get closer. It does. Wow. That's crazy. Like, we're talking about like St. Louis #1 kind of age. For these some of these markers. So this would be some of the oldest graves I've filmed in this entire series. $1788. Wow. That's pretty crazy. further demonstrating like how much of a French Creole influence there was in this region. I think the cops wanted to harass me. I just couldn't think of any reason to. I'm not doing anything wrong. Wow, this cemetery is insanely beautiful. How have I not stopped here before? I see Haydell, which is a famous bakery in New Orleans. That one is so weathered you can't read it. Yeah. I think it's the original though. Revolutionary War. Wow. 1752. My brain is broken. It's crazy. Like, I only expect to see stuff like that. Not that I've been there, but in the Northeast, you know, in the colonies. Stuff that old. I mean, I know Louisiana has a long history. I just didn't think I would really see it. In a tangible way, outside of, you know, St. Louis #1, which I'm still waiting to be able to film, and probably won't be able to film. So, I don't know if I've talked about this yet or not. I did reach out to the caretaker for Oddfellows Rest. He respectfully declined my offer to film. He felt that the current state of the cemetery isn't ready for filming, and he is aware that people break in there all the time, and he hopes to have it ready in the next year or so to be reopened to the public, which is exciting, but unfortunately we weren't allowed to film. I'm going to respect that choice. I also requested from the Catholic Church of New Orleans to film St. Louis Cemetery #1 because it's still closed. They respectfully declined, hoping to have it open sometime in November, which may happen because The street has been reopened where the Hard Rock Hotel collapsed. That's been reopened, and if the pandemic continues to be in a declining state, hopefully maybe I can film it before I leave. The only other cemetery in New Orleans that comes to mind, well, there's two actually. I would like to refilm Lafayette Cemetery number 1 because that was very early on in the channel. That remains closed and is only open to families who have loved ones interred. And then Hope Mausoleum, which I'm unable to find any contact info for. So unfortunately, I might just have to do that one and not get permission. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, let's go this way. Let's start over here. Quite tell what that says. The roof of the church is tarped. That's a long life. It's quite warm today. Humid. Wouldn't say warm. But I'm taking my opportunities to film whenever I can, because, you know, don't have much time left. All right, I think we're gonna go down, come back up. Looks like the old ones are like really spread out. For some reason, people really wanted their space. Or there was a lot of unmarked graves, so newer graves are built on top of them, which I'm learning is very common. I've also learned very recently, watching this incredible series I found on Tubi of all things, that there are thousands, tens of thousands of burial places lost beneath, not even lost, people know they're there, but have been pushed aside, paved over for property deemed more important than a cemetery. And this has happened all over the world. But in the US, like New York City is a great example. A lot of the parks in New York City are former cemeteries. And that's true for most places. I knew that about New Orleans. I didn't realize how prevalent it was. And it makes sense, because now I'm going to explain why it makes sense. When you think about human nature, human greed. So, during the epidemics, yellow fever, influenza, being a cemetery, or opening a cemetery, burying people, funeral processes, very lucrative. Incredibly lucrative. So a lot of people were doing it. And let's just say people weren't, a lot of people who were in this business weren't scrupulous people. They would bury people in mass graves, which during pandemics, yellow fever, influenza, whatever, okay. They would often oversell their cemetery, their land that they've purchased to provide for burials. Because who's going to know, right? So you just double up on some graves, move some people around, just move some headstones. Who's going to know? And that's what's happened. So you have cemeteries where people were buried for a century or so, and then their headstones were removed. Families were told that the bodies were relocated to a new location, but that was too expensive. So they were just told the bodies were moved, left in the ground, and now they're a parking lot or an office building or an apartment building or a school. And that has happened everywhere. I can't think of anything more disrespectful of the dead. But that has happened over and over and over. And some countries now, or always, I'm not sure, limit the amount of time you're entitled to a burial plot. Let's say 50 years, 100 years. And then the family can opt to continue to rent that space. And if they don't, You will be disinterred, hopefully. Hopefully not just left there. And someone else will get your space. And I think we're going to see that probably in America, maybe, at some point, where burial land is temporary. And you look at countries like the UK and France, or let's just look at Paris and London. Like, they ran out of space centuries ago and had to go and find other options for burial. So, I don't know, when you look at like New York, for instance, they have a whole island which is a cemetery, and that's for the indigent. Burial space is going to be at a premium that most people won't be able to afford. It'll be only the rich. And that's a sad reality, unfortunately. It is so hot. I can't even tell you. This is sad. It needs to be saved and repaired. When I was getting permission to film today for this cemetery, there was a guy in that he was telling me that he repairs tombs for the city of New Orleans. He's out here for a service at this church. And so that's interesting. I've never met anybody that does that. It's a very noble job. Sorry about that. Sorry folks, I'm sweating to death. I don't know if you all can see that. It's so bright, I can't see the screen. I am hopefully recording. And of course, we're here during lawn care, because that's my look. This church is really beautiful. something that's familiar. Amazing. It's beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna go down a little bit. Alright folks, I think that's gonna do it. And I'm gonna go down this and then we'll wrap up. I don't think we went this way. Kind of been hodgepodge all over the place with this one. If you're wondering what's happening, it isn't lawn care. They're just like the other place we were at. They're power washing crypts. That's why there's so many old ones here that look new because of the upkeep. A lot of Haydels. Okay, folks, I think that's gonna do it. Let's make our way out. Let's go this way. This guy's really pissed off about something. We will stay out of his way. I don't know if we saw that one. $18.53. Alright, let's make our way out. You hear that? Cajun dialect. Alright, folks. Gonna retreat to the comfort of my cool car. I wish you all the best. On to the next.